All right, Shalom. First off, I want to give all praises and glory to Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem Rakakudash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And Shalom to all the Akim out there preaching his word in truth and sincerity. This is your brother Shamar coming back with another lesson. And in this lesson, I want to title it something around, are you building up the inward man or destroying him? Because the scripture I want to start off with is just to give a kind of like an analogy, so to speak, or comparing it to like the building that it's speaking of in Luke 14 and 28. All right, so I'm going to read this first and get into it. This is Luke 14 and 28. For which of you intending to build a tower sitteth not down first and counteth the cost, whether he has sufficient to finish it? And that's right. Each man in the truth, we're all building, a building. And what's the foundation of that building? Yahweh Shai, man. All right. Like the scriptures speak about that cornerstone. All right. But the foundation of the building is the main important thing, because that's what's going to help you stand the test of time when, those strong winds come, like the scriptures say. All right. When things happen, if you got that strong, sure foundation, you can continue to build. All right. Nonetheless, the main point I'm getting at is like every day, like the title I want to have for the lesson, are you building up the inward man or destroying him? Because every day we're laying another brick, so to speak. We're continually building that tower brick by brick, all right, of that inward man, because that, like the scriptures say, that outward man perisheth day by day, all right, but the inward man, not quoting it verbatim, but the inward man is renewed daily. All right, though the outward man perisheth, the inward man is renewed day by day. So every day we need to be focusing on, building. And if you're not building, you're doing the opposite, because the scriptures speak about it. It's two and two everything. It's up and down, left and right, hot and cold. So if you're not building, it's only one other thing that you can be doing. You're destroying it. You're destroying the building. All right. So we have to consistently continue to build, all right, upon that foundation, which is Yahweh Shai. But continuing on, it says, for which of you intended to build a tower, sitteth not down first and count the cost, whether he have sufficient to finish it, least happily after he have laid the foundation and is not able to finish it, all that behold it began to mock him, saying, this man began to build and was not able to finish. And that's right, man. You don't want to be that guy. And you see plenty of examples like that. All right, dudes that fall out. All right, then everybody else looking at him like, dang, man, this dude fell out. He wasn't even able to finish, building. And here it is. We're close to the building being done, because we're at the end. We're in the last days. So we've been, in this thing for a while, and now you want to stop building right when you're about to actually finish the whole building. All right. That's crazy, man. So like I'm getting at the title of the lesson. You're either building up the inward man, all right, continuing to build that spiritual building, or you're destroying it. And it's all based upon your daily habits, your daily actions, and the things that you choose to do day in and day out. All right. Because all the things that you're doing is either doing what? Building you up in the spirit, or breaking you down breaking down your spirit. You can't do both. It's either one or the other. And the choices you make, you reap what you sow, like the scriptures say. And that's the next precept I wanted to get as well. All right. Leading into it. Because this is how the type of mindset you have to have day in and day out. Am I building up myself inwardly, building up my spirit? Am I every day, am I doing things that's building me up in the spirit, or am I doing things that's breaking down my spirit? All right. And you should be trying to choose the things that build up your spirit, man, especially the days that we're living in. Like I said, here it is, we're in the last days. We're seeing the prophecy speaking. All right, we're seeing that it's literally not that much time left, man. All right, literally things can happen at any moment. So you should be focusing on building up that inward man as much as possible, because like the scriptures speak of, Isaiah 33:6, you know, the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding is going to be the stability of our times, man. This is what's going to keep us stable. By you continuing to build up the inward man, that's what's going to keep you stable when all hell breaks loose. All right. That's what's going to build up your faith to trust in Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. All right. And that's how you can make your calling of the election sure, by constantly building, man. The scriptures say the work, the labor is plenteous, the work is plenteous, but the laborers are few. All right, because we work, this, you know, a thing that we got to continually work at, man, putting in work daily. All right, even much more so as we're getting closer to the end. You know, things heating up, getting more intense in society, with Satan coming at you and all that. So what, we have to combat that by being more in the spirit, man, by building more. All right, so that we may be protected in the times, you know, now and the time leading up to the times to come in the time of Jacob's trouble. All right. But this is Galatians 6:8. It says, "For he that soweth to his flesh shall of the flesh reap corruption, but he that soweth to the Spirit shall have of the Spirit reap life everlasting." And I wanted to read that in the NLT. It says, Galatians 6:8 in the NLT, "Those who live only to satisfy their own sinful nature will harvest decay and death from that sinful nature." And that's right. So if you only live to satisfy the flesh and do those things that's basically destroying the you know, the body, not the body, but the spirit, the inward man, all right, what are you going to reap? You know, so you're going to harvest decay and death from that sinful nature, man, because you're destroying it. When you fully destroy that inward man, you become like the rest of our people, man, just walking dead, zombies. And you're just waiting on the judgment of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai to come. But you shouldn't want to be feeding that, you know, or destroying that inward man. It says, "But those who live to please the Spirit will harvest everlasting life from the Spirit." And that's right, man. So if you're building up the inward man, what are you going to reap from that? The things that you're sowing are your spiritual things. All right. Are you focusing on building up that inward man day by day? Hey, your spirit getting built up and stronger day by day, man. All right. Then, you know, it's going to be coming naturally. You know, because you got brothers that be like, I want to be more, you know, like on this, like get my routine right, my schedule right, or be doing more of this or that. Hey, it all starts with how you're building day by day, man. So are you building habits, routines, or, you know, doing things, you know, that are going to benefit your spirit? Are you living to please the Spirit, or are you living to please that sinful nature, to satisfy that sinful nature, man? Like I said earlier, it's either one or the other. Everything has its opposite. It's hot and cold, up and down, left and right. Like the scriptures say in Revelation, you know, speaking about that lukewarm spirit, you can't be lukewarm. It's either you hot or cold. All right. So are you pleasing that, living to satisfy that sinful nature, or are you living to please the Spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, which is building up that inward man day by day? Okay. Back in the KJV, in Galatians 6:9, "And let us not be weary in well-doing, for in due season we shall reap if we faint not." So we shouldn't be getting weary of doing it. Like, man, I've been in this thing for a minute. Every day I've been doing this and that. You shouldn't be getting tired of it, man. You shouldn't be getting tired of doing what is good, because we have a gift, a promise. that we're going to receive from doing these good works if we faint not. All right. And because you have a lot of men being faint hearted in these last days, getting tired of doing, doing the things that we were uh, meant to do, the things that we're here to do. So you shouldn't be in that spirit of of being weary of well doing, man. If anything, seeing that the times is getting closer to the return of Yahweh Shai, man, we need to be doing that much more. Like the scripture say in the Apocrypha, seek him 10 times more, seeing that we were turned away from him, man. And how much more so knowing the times that we're living in is the last days. All right. So we need to be doing what? Living to please the Spirit, man. All right. Don't get caught up in distractions, things that are that sinful nature, the flesh. Because that's trying to pull you away from building. Satan want to hinder you from building up that inward man. He doesn't want you to keep on building that connection with Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, becoming stronger in the spirit. All right. He wants you to be sinful, fleshly, because that's going to lead up to your destruction, and it's going to corrupt you. All right. So you got to focus on doing the opposite, and it's going to be a battle. It ain't going to just happen easily, so to speak, man. Because the scriptures speak about that, how the flesh warf against the spirit, man. So it's a constant battle, yet you have to be intentional of that battle day by day. So are you laying brick by brick to build up that inward man? Or are you just allowing that sinful nature to overcome you and cause you to destroy that building that you're supposed to be building? All right. It's like grab the wrong thing. Yeah, this is wrong. 2 Corinthians 4:16, for which cause we faint not, but though our outward man perish, yet the inward man is renewed day by day. And this is the type of mind frame you should be having, man, but renewing that inward man day by day. And how do you do that? By you living to please the Spirit day by day. All right. Because this isn't just a thing where I just show up at camp and that's it. Nah, man, this is a lifestyle. This is a way of life. Every day we're supposed to be living to please the Spirit, man. Because everything in this society is set up to be against the Spirit. All right. To destroy your spirit, the inward man. All right. Because this flesh is like, you start dying the day you're born. And then that sinful nature trying to corrupt you on top of that and destroy you, causing you to give into those things that's going to corrupt you and destroy you ultimately. That's why you got to battle against it. Focus on living to please the Spirit, the inward man, pleasing Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, doing the things that's pleasing to him. All right. Because this place is on its way out of here, man. And if you don't, if you're not building up that inward man, like I started off saying, you're destroying it. You're destroying that inward man. And then you're going to get to the point to where you don't never finish building that building, like I started off in Luke. All right. Ultimately, you didn't count the cost because you never finished your building. So every day we got to continue to build towards that, man. Ultimately receiving salvation to be delivered from the things getting ready to happen. Because if you're not building, you can only be doing the opposite of building, which is destroying, man. All right. Hey, so with that, I'm going to wrap up and give all praises and glory to Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai B'Hashem Rakakudash. Double honors to our apostles and elders, the great millstone. And Shalom to the Akim out there, preach his word in true sincerity. Shalom.